Hello children, welcome back to English session. Today we will see the chapter This is Geordie's Fawn by Marjorie Kinnan Rawlings. Now let's see something about the author Marjorie Kinnan Rawlings. She was an American author who lived in rural Florida and wrote novels with rural themes and settings. Her best-known work, The Yearling, won a Pulitzer Prize for fiction in the year 1939 and was later made into a movie of the same name. She was born on 8th August 1896 and died in the year 14th December 1953. Some of his works include The Yearling, Crows Creek, Southmorn, and so on. Now we shall see the story in detail. This is Geordie's Fawn. Often, instead of rushing to the doctor to treat a small cut or burn, we find quick and effective cures using things available at home. Can you think of some such home remedies for a cut on your knees, a burn on your arm, a bee sting? So in our day-to-day life, we are familiar with some minute cut, burns, etc. And we used to find quick and effective curing method that is available at home itself, isn't it? So that is what is said here. Now in this story, Geordie's father has been bitten by a rattlesnake. Usually rattlesnakes are those snakes which are seen in the desert areas. Anyway, Geordie, a boy, his father has been bitten by this particular snake. He quickly kills a doe. Doe means female deer or female goat. Here it is about female deer, and uses its hearts and liver to draw out the poison. Geordie wonders what will happen to the little fawn left without a mother. So fawn means young one of a deer and doe means female deer. So in order to draw out the poison from the body, they killed the mother deer and taken its heart and liver. So Geordie was wondering, without mother, how can the young one live? That is what is mentioned in this lesson. This is Geordie's Fawn. Now we shall see the textbook. Geordie allowed his thoughts to drift back to the fawn. He could not keep it out of his mind. He had held it in his dreams in his arms. He slipped from the table and went to his father's bedside. Penny lay at rest. His eyes were open and clear, but the pupils were still dark and dilated. Geordie said, "How are you feeling, Pa?" "Just fine, son. Old Death has gone thieving elsewhere. But wasn't it a close shave?" I agree. Penny said, I'm proud of you, boy, the way you kept your head and did what was needed. So Geordie's father, Penny, was bitten by a rattlesnake. He quickly killed a doe. Then he used the doe's heart and liver to draw out the poison. Geordie saw that the doe's baby, a little fawn, was left alone. So now Geordie talks to Penny, that is his father. The thought of fawn kept on haunting Geordie's mind. So he was thinking about the young one, the young deer, fawn. He quietly went to his father's bedside. And Penny was taking rest. His eyes were open and clear, but the pupils. What's the meaning of pupil? P-U-P-I-L, pupil, has got two meanings. One is disciple or student, pupil. The other meaning is the black round parts in the middle of the eyes. So here the meaning is the black round parts in the middle of the eyes. So that black round parts in the middle of the eyes were still dark and dilated. Dilated means enlarged. Okay. Now they were in a conversation and Geordie asked his pa, that means father, how are you feeling at present? So he replied, fine son, old death has gone thieving elsewhere. So what is that? Thieving means stealing. But wasn't it a close shave? Close shave means here a narrow escape. So father was very much worried about the snake bite. He was saying to his son, he just escaped from that. Then Penny said, I am proud of you, boy, the way you kept your head and did what was needed. So Penny, the father, was very much proud of his son because he done whatever needed at that moment without any hesitation. Pa, yes son. Pa, do you recollect the doe and the fawn? I can never forget them. The poor doe saved me, that's certain. Pa, the fawn may be out there yet. It might be hungry and very scared. I suppose so. Pa, I am a big boy now and don't need to drink milk. Why don't I go and see if I can find the fawn and bring it here and raise it? Penny lay quiet, staring at the ceiling. Boy, you have got me hemmed in. It won't take much to raise it, Pa. It will soon start eating leaves and acorns. You are smarter than boys of your age. We took its mother, and it wasn't to blame. Surely it seems ungrateful to leave it to starve. Son, I can't say no to you. I never thought I would live to see another day. So, the father and the son was engaged in the conversation. The boy was very much worried about the young deer. Why? He was thinking that the fawn, the young deer, needed milk as it is a baby, and they taken or killed its mother in order to take the liver and the heart. So maybe without mother, it will be roaming around and searching for its mother, and it may feel hungry and starving also. And the boy was very much sorry about all this. And he is seeking permission to his father to get back that fawn and to look after that baby deer. And the boy was saying, Pa, I am a big boy now and don't need to drink milk. So he was a grown up person and don't need milk. And he is also asking the permission, don't I go and see if I can find the fawn and bring it here and raise it. So he is asking to his pa whether he can go in search of that fawn and bring it here and raise it. Father was now in a situation where one can't say no. That is the meaning of hemmed in. He can't say no because it is a fact that what this boy is saying is true. And the boy was also saying that it won't take much to raise it. It will soon start eating leaves and acorns. Acorns means small brown nuts. And the father was very much proud of his son and saying that you are smarter than boys of your age. So he is thinking above his age. And he is also saying that we took its mother and it wasn't to blame. And surely it seems ungrateful to leave it to starve. And the father was in a dilemma what to say. And he said that I never thought I would live to see another day. So the rattlesnake is very poisonous. When it bites anyone, there is no possibility to live. But this person got his life back only with the help of that mother deer. They caught a mother deer and taken its liver and heart. So it is their responsibility or obligation or duty to look after the young deer.